Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I guess everyone's new here because I'm new here. My name is Rex and just welcome. So before I start, I want to give you a little disclaimer. None of the groups I mentioned here, I hate. I guess that was an awkward way to put it, but I like every group I'm gonna mention. These are just slight criticisms or predictions for the new year, and my overall feelings about where things are going or how things have gone. So my first opinion is that BTS is overrated. I love BTS. Been a fan since Danger, so 2014. So I mean, I know my stuff or whatever. But the thing is, well, the term overrated, right? It just means like they get more credit than they deserve, I guess. And when you're referred to as the best, there's no way to get around that, you know? So, like, I don't mean BTS aren't bad. I don't mean they don't deserve the success that they've gotten. I just mean that to call them the best, you can't have an overall best group and then, like, because there's always something that someone else can do better, you know? So it's just a term calling them the best. Like, they're amazing and I love them. I'm looking forward to their next comeback, even though we don't know when it's going to be, and you have the new group coming and whatnot. But I digress. Next is EXO's comebacks. They were underwhelming. We waited over a year for those songs. Like, don't get me wrong, Tempo, loved it. I loved two other tracks on the album too. With a smile on my face. That's not even the one that I wanted to bring up. I'm blanking on the title right now. But it was okay, but EXO's albums are usually amazing. And don't get me started on Love Shot. Love Shot is my least favorite title track of theirs. However, it might grow on me because back in 2015 when Love Me Right came out, maybe I was salty about Tao being on, but it was at that point my least favorite comeback. But eventually it grew on me. So, Love Shot, I'm going to keep listening to you until I like you. Next, so NCT. NCT aren't gonna be that popular. They're gonna become famous or more popular, but I don't think they're gonna surpass EXO, ever. Honestly, and that's not their fault per se. It's because NCT is an experimental group. They like to try new sounds, which I'm here for. NCT, like, third, fourth generation, whatever generation they're in, they're my favorite of that generation. Like, they top EXO, BTS, GOT7. These are some of my favorite groups. But Shiny and TVXQ are my ultimate groups, right? So Shiny had an experimental sound, and so did FX. FX never surpassed Girls' Generation. Red Velvet surpassed them right after debut. What else? Super Junior, Shiny never surpassed Super Junior, and EXO surpassed. It's the same thing with EXO with like the whole Red Velvet thing. Like, they surpassed Shiny as soon as they debuted for the most part, and I think it's because the other groups kind of cater to the popular sound. I mean, you have Super Junior doing like Latin pop right after Despacito like blew up. So like, they cater to these trends, I mean, Shiny, rest in peace to Jonghyun, my favorite idol in general. But you had Shiny, who had, I think, on their latest album, when you combine them all, they had 4 tropical house songs. They were a little late for obvious reasons, but they were like right at the end of this whole tropical house fad. And I say end, even though this was like May, and now we have Winter, who just came back with another tropical house song. But I digress once again. My next opinion is Cube. They killed Pentagon. I don't know. They're probably going to disband. And I feel really bad for Gino, because I became a fan of Gino in the whole Hot Times days. Well, not in those days because I wasn't a K-pop fan yet, but as soon as I got into K-pop, I found SM the Ballad, and I found Hot Times, who had Jonghyun and Kyuhyun from Super Junior, and it had this trainee Gino who went on to become a main vocal of Pentagon, and I thought he was so talented, and he's been working so hard. Like, he had a mini debut technically back then when he was super young, didn't get put in EXO, finally gets a group that starts becoming, if there's a big three, like, Cube is like number 4, right? So it was really sad. It's really sad to see what's happening. So I hope the best, but I don't think they're gonna make it as a group, unfortunately, after this scandal, which in my opinion shouldn't even be a scandal. Next, alright, Twice. I don't like their new sound. These last 2 songs, maybe the last 3 if you count the summer song, they're not as cute as, like, I thought I didn't want Twice to be a cutesy group anymore, right? I wanted them to have a more mature sound, but now they're trying it. I'm like, wow, I kind of like the cute stuff better. But the thing is, when they debuted, it wasn't a cute sound, right? You had like Ooh Ah, and I loved it. I stand them from debut. The day they debuted, like, okay, well, 2015 was like my first full year being into K-pop. I started like end of the summer of 2014. So 2015 was my January to December full year, first one. So I freaking loved them. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna start singing, but that's how I felt. I thought it was amazing. So I kind of want them maybe try a different sound, or maybe go back to the cutesy stuff. I don't know yet, but they work super hard, and I mean, give them a break, But we've seen what breaks can do to groups when they're at the height of their career, so I don't even know. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Next, speaking of Twice, their main competitor, or one of their main competitors, BlackPink. I believe YG needs to treat BlackPink better. I know it's not that unpopular of an opinion, but the thing is, a lot of people attribute what's happening to BlackPink, like I see on Twitter, and they blame BlackPink or they blame Jennie, but like, it's not her fault. She doesn't get like time to develop her stage presence or whatever. I know you can say, oh, the other members are doing it, but either way, at the end of the day, like 2 songs every 8 months or whatever, that's not enough. And I don't mean to compare them to NCT, but you know how much music NCT, let's say Mark, since Mark is in like 90%, 95% of the NCT songs. How many songs Mark's been in since 2016? Whereas you have BlackPink, who has like, I think 10 songs total. Like, YG needs to do better. Those girls are talented, and they just want to show their talent, Next, Big Hit's new boy group and JYP's new girl group. They're both instant success. That's what I think. That's my prediction for next year. Instant success. I just don't know if they're going to deliver. It'll be like BlackPink. I'm not saying that BlackPink had a bad debut or whatever, but they were instantly successful. So you couldn't even like separate like, oh, is this because they're YG, or is this because the song's good, or is it a mixture of both? But I think these 2 groups, I think SM is going to have a new group, and I don't know if it's going to be that successful, because SM stands are a little different. Like, we're a different breed. Like, I consider myself an SM and a JYP stan. Like, I love those 2 companies so much. YG hasn't ever really been my style, but I understand where they stand and all this, and, the numbers don't lie. Next. Shootout by Monsta X was their worst title track. I personally think it was their worst. Another contender was Fighter. Fighter, when it came out, that was my first Monsta X comeback, and I wasn't really feeling it. Like, today, like, I sing it every once in a while, but like on that same mini album, EP, whatever you want to call it, I like Roller Coaster. I have a weird taste. Like, Roller Coaster is a bop. I freaking love it. And then you have Queen and Be Quiet. Those are really good songs too. I think Queen could have been a title. I don't know why they went with Fighter though. The video is really nice. Maybe that's why, the concept. But yeah, I also don't think that it deserved, or not deserved, that's stupid. I don't think that the English version was better than the Korean version, or was necessary, honestly. Throw away the whole song. But Heart Attack is a standout. I recommend it. Stan Monsta X, Stan talent. So my final opinion of the night or day, wherever you are, I don't have any subscribers, so I don't even know who I'm talking to. But final opinion of the day is Super Junior and TVXQ. Just TVXQ, I think 3 days ago, released a new album, or half of their special album. Really good. I recommend it. But I believe both of these groups need to retire. And it's not because like, oh, they're tired or anything. I want them to get on with their life. Super Junior especially. Why? Because Super Junior is known to the elf to be kind of a toxic fandom, you know? And we already saw, I don't know if it was because Sungmin got married secretly or like the whole gist of the situation, but what happened to Henry and Xiaomi when they joined the group after I forgot, the other Chinese member had just left, Han Yang. But I just don't think they need, like, they're getting older, they don't need that stress. Like, this is like midlife crisis time for them, I guess, maybe. So like, I think retiring would give them the best space to get married and have kids. Like, they're getting old. And like, I mean, if they want to have kids, obviously they can do whatever they want at this point. Hichiro already does whatever he wants. But you know, biologically, getting up in age and having kids is not the best idea. And I'm saving up to buy a new camera, so sorry if I'm recording on my MacBook stupid potato camera, but I hope I didn't trigger anyone. I hope you guys agree. No. If you don't agree, tell me in the comments, you know, start a discourse so we can, you know, hash it out. Maybe you can change my mind about some things that I said. Let me know if anything I said was problematic. I didn't want to trigger anyone. Just wanted to be honest, you know. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I try to be as honest as possible without, there's a difference between being honest and being, I guess, mean, because sometimes I get called both, but I feel like I'm being honest in that I'm telling you how I feel without saying anything unnecessary. Because when you say unnecessary things that are still true, that's when you cross into being mean. And, you know, you're doing something that's unnecessary. That's definitely mean. But I don't want to take up too much of your time. This is at 12 minutes and 15 seconds. So have a great day and subscribe for more content. Let me know what you want me to talk about. As you can see, I talk a lot. So thanks. Have a nice day.